Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a ton of work, but I guess how I'd say I'd manage it is by, and maybe this is a bit ironic, but I think what helped me really manage it was asking for help when I needed it. I think just if you're not afraid to know when you're biting off too much then you can chew, knowing when to dial it back is very important, I think, for maintaining a healthy balance. I feel like a college does not determine your worth. It's great to shoot for top-tier schools.
안녕하세요. 보스턴 부동산 전문가 최은경입니다. 이번에는 웨스턴 동네와 학군 소개에 이어서 올해 웨스턴 하이에서 명문대에 합격한 진짜 학생들의 이야기를 들어보는 시간을 갖겠습니다. 여러분들이 그토록 궁금해왔던 합격의 비밀, 지금 바로 시작합니다. So first of all, thank you so much for taking your time and congratulations. To start off, could you please introduce yourself briefly and maybe you could share when you moved to the Weston and which university you will be attending and your intended major and any interest or passion you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Andrew. I've lived in Weston my whole life, born and did all 12 years of school through the Weston public school system. And next year I'll be attending Harvard College and probably studying economics.
Yeah, congratulations.
Right?
When do you think back on your time at the Weston High? Is there a moment that really stick with you?
Oh yeah, I mean there's so many moments that stick with me. I really enjoyed my time at Weston, but I had to choose just one, and maybe it's ironic that it's the last memory, but we had a clap out, which is where on our last day of classes, the seniors walk through the halls and all the underclassmen clap us out and kind of send us on our merry way, and the whole community gathers outside, parents, teachers. I thought that was really meaningful because it just shows like the impact of the Weston community. Just walking through the halls, seeing so many familiar faces, and also all the parents that came out to support us. I guess it just really showed the power that our school has to bring everyone together. And it was kind of a bittersweet moment because I know I'll miss it a lot.
How would you describe the atmosphere or culture at the Weston High?
Well, I guess first and foremost, Weston is obviously a smaller town. I think our graduating senior class had around 170 kids or something like that. It makes it very close-knit type community where everyone kind of knows each other. And some people, including me, have even been part of the school system for 12 years. So I think through this kind of small, close community, as well as this time that we've spent with all our classmates, we've really had this rare and unique opportunity to build meaningful, like super close friendships.
Did you have any favorite class or memorable project or maybe teacher or mentor?
Yeah, I mean, I loved all my teachers. I think there's so many to choose from. But if I had to pick one class that stood out to me, I would choose DECA. So in high school, I did DECA, which is a business and entrepreneurship competition club. And the reason this stood out to me is not just because it's like an extracurricular that focused in an area that I was interested in. I think more so, again, the community that I was able to build and the friendships that I was able to make going on trips with people. And I think even beyond that, and overall it was just a ton of fun. So I'd say that's one thing that stood out to me.
Now that the graduation is just around the corner, then what do you think that you will miss the most about the Weston High?
Not to keep harping on it, but I feel like I will definitely miss all my friends here. This close community that we've been able to build. I mean, I always cherish the memories that we made while we were here.
Alright, then let's talk about your college decision. What was the main reason you chose this particular Harvard University? What drove you to?
I mean, there's a ton about Harvard that I was really drawn to. I mean, stellar, world-class academics. They're also a liberal arts college, which I was really drawn to because it helps you kind of figure out what you want to do. So I'm very interested in numbers and STEM, but kind of within that realm, I'm not entirely sure yet. So I really wanted to go to a liberal arts school where I'd have the opportunity to take classes in many different areas just to kind of see. Because I think that's a big point of college is finding yourself and where you fit in.
So how did you approach the academic side of the application process? How did you balancing the maintain your GPA and preparing for the SAT or ACT test and managing all your coursework?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a ton of work, but I guess how I'd say I'd manage it is by, and maybe this is a bit ironic, but I think what helped me really manage it was asking for help when I needed it. Especially at Weston, the teachers were always so welcoming with their office hours, supportive with extra help. I think just if you're not afraid to know when you're biting off too much, then you can chew. Knowing when to dial it back is very important, I think, for maintaining a healthy balance.
Tell me about the teacher who wrote your recommendation letter. How did you choose them and what was your approach when asking for their support?
I guess in terms of my approach for asking for recommendation letters, I kind of geared my focus towards teachers who I think knew me personally the best, whether it was through music, through extracurriculars, through anything else, because I felt like it would just make the whole process a lot more smooth and easy for everyone involved.
So, was there any extracurricular activity or project that you think really made differences in your application? And how did you work to achieve success in that area?
The thing that I think really helped me in my application as well as throughout my entire high school career, because I really enjoyed it, was playing the cello. And it took up a lot of my time, but I think in terms of building relationships and meeting people and just honing a skill that really I can say is uniquely mine, I feel like it was really, really meaningful. And also in terms of like an extracurricular, I feel like it helped me out in the application process as well.
So when you first heard the news that you were accepted from the Harvard, then how did you feel and what went through your mind in that moment?
Honestly, it was kind of a blur. I feel like probably relief was one emotion I felt. Joy, obviously very thrilled and honored to have been fortunate enough to be accepted.
So when you shared the good news with your family and friend, how did they react? And was there any particular moment or reaction that stand out to you?
We were actually at a school orchestra rehearsal when all the results came out for the colleges. And so I remember, I think they came out at like 7:30 and we started rehearsing at 7. So I remember midway through I left to go to the bathroom and then I opened it in like a bathroom stall on my phone by myself just to see because I couldn't wait anymore. And then when I found out I got in, so nervous. Yeah. But I found out, I texted my parents and then continued rehearsing. They were all very, very happy for me. And I think that really stands out to me, just to walk into the room and see everyone there waiting to support me was an amazing feeling.
So what would you say was the most difficult part for you and how did you manage to overcome that part?
I guess it was just kind of difficult for me to get into that mindset where obviously you really, really want to go to wherever your top school is. Obviously everyone I think has like a dream school or a set of schools that they really have their eye on, and just having the mindset that, you know, it could either go your way or it either couldn't. I feel like that was pretty difficult for me to grasp. So yeah, I'd say that was one difficult aspect of the process.
Yeah, next question will be, if you could give some word of the encouragement or advice to students who are aiming for the Ivy League school, or especially the Harvard or top tier school, what would you say?
I think my one piece of advice would be just to not worry about it too much. And I know it's easy to say coming from the position of someone who's been through the process and is now done with everything. But I really mean it. I feel like a college does not determine your worth. It's great to shoot for top tier schools, understanding that there are things you can't control and that no matter where you end up, you'll end up doing great. I feel like is an important thing to keep in mind. Don't fixate too much on it.
Andrew, and thank you so much for taking your time to share your private story with us today.
Thank you so much.
오늘은 하버드의 합격생인 앤드류 학생과 고등학교에 대한 기억과 입시 과정에 대한 이야기를 들어봤습니다. 귀한 얘기였죠? 또 계속해서 다음 편에서도 다른 친구들의 생생한 이야기를 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 도움이 되셨다면 좋아요, 구독 부탁드리고요. 더 많은 리얼 인터뷰와 꿀팁이 기다리고 있으니 알림 설정도 꼭 해주세요. 그럼 다음 영상에서 만나 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.